Employers should provide workers with personal protective equipment, PPE, and the means to maintain it correctly, free of charge. Wearing personal PPE will help to protect workers from physical injury or ill health. Size and fit should be considered in the selection of suitable PPE. Stop work immediately and replace PPE if it gets damaged.
When must your employer provide you with personal protective equipment, PPE? If you need to be protected.
If you have to work outdoors in bad weather, why should your employer supply you with waterproof clothing? To protect you from the weather, as you are less likely to get muscle strains if you are warm and dry. Which of the following statements about personal protective equipment, PPE, is not true? You must pay for any damage or loss. Which of the following statements about wearing a safety helmet in hot weather is true? You must wear it at all times and in the right way.
What should you wear if there is a risk of materials flying into your eyes? Impact-rated goggles.
When using a grinder or cut-off saw, what type of eye protection should be worn? Impact-rated goggles or full face shield? Reading glasses or sun? Impact-rated goggles. When should you wear safety footwear on site? All the time.
When is the only time that you do not need to wear head protection on site? If you are in a safe area, like the site office.
When you start a new task, how will you know if you need any extra personal protective equipment, PPE? By looking at the risk assessment. What is the main risk to this worker wearing only these items of personal protective equipment, PPE? Eye injuries. When selecting appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE, what is the most important factor to be taken into account? The type of hazard. What additional measures can be worn under a hard hat in cold weather? A manufacturer's attachment. What will safety footwear with a protective midsole protect you from? Nails or sharp objects which could puncture the sole of your foot. Which condition could be prevented if the correct gloves are worn while handling a hazardous substance? Skin disease. Will all types of glove protect your hands against chemicals? No, different gloves protect against different types of hazard. Which item of personal protective equipment, PPE, is helping to protect the worker from dermatitis? Good quality personal protective equipment, PPE, will be marked with which letter or letters? CE. CE. How should a safety helmet be worn to get maximum protection from it? Square on your head. What should you do if your disposable foam earplugs keep falling out? Stop work until you are shown how to fit them properly. If you need to wear a full body harness and have not used one before, what should you do? Ask for expert advice and training. Which of the following figures is wearing the correct personal protective equipment, PPE? Where on the body would a worker wear respiratory protective equipment, RPE?